Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Drew, and I want to welcome you back to Learn How to See Better. It's the only podcast out there that will improve your vision the longer you listen. And we are in the spring season here, and I want to give you that little feel, that ambiance. I'm outside right now. We've got the change of the seasons taking place here in Phoenix, Arizona, where it was 75 degrees 2 days ago, 95 degrees today, and looking to be 105 in the next couple of days. So as you can see, the seasons are changing definitely, and what you'll notice about that is we kind of shift out of the mode of thinking of the previous season. Once it becomes to 100 degrees outside, you're not really thinking about the sweatsuit, or you're not really thinking about the bathrobe, you're not really thinking about the comforter on the bed. So the way that we actually think in the different seasons change, and sometimes those seasons can come really fast, almost too fast. Like, what? It's the next season already? And you can have that sense or feeling like it might be too late to complete some of the things that you intended to do before the last season was wrapped up. And this is just that motivational signal to share with you that, it's not too late just yet. Make that move, get that thing done before you lose the season completely, right? So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was just getting into the new season, getting transitioned into the mode of thinking that'll help you really grasp the opportunity to take advantage of the season. Once we can get our minds into the season, that's really where the motion starts to happen. So I've actually got something I want to share that I teed up just briefly as a little segment from something I talked about recently with a VIP group of individuals about that concept of, not adopting and settling for the it's too late mentality, right? It's never really too late until you say it's too late. So what I want to do is share a little piece of wisdom here that I had a chance to impart on some others, and hopefully it will impact you as well. So tune into that now, and I'll take it away. If you can get a base hit, if you can just swing the bat, if you can just get an at bat, maybe that's enough to help you build a wee little bit of momentum moving into the next month. Let's say, as an example, maybe you didn't get any sales this month, any contracts, any new clients. Maybe you didn't talk to any motivated sellers in April all the way up until this month. But you know what? You did pick up the phone and you got an ounce of motivation and picked up that 1,000-pound phone and make that follow-up call you were supposed to. Maybe you reached out to that old friend you've been meaning to call. I did that thing I know I've been supposed to do. And I know I've been meaning to do it. And I'm not going to count myself out completely as a loss, because you know what? Success and failure isn't so much in the stats, or the wins and losses. It's in the doing and not doing. You see, failure is just giving up, not taking any further action, accepting the loss and accepting the defeat as though there's nothing you can do about it. Maybe you're down 100 points, right? And you say, why bother? It's just 2 minutes left. Can you score 2 points? You'd only lose by 98, and you would at least stand out in your own mind, if no one else's, that you still made that effort to get those 2 points in and end the game with a little bit of momentum. And at least you end on a positive note, and you now have positivity to take into the next week, to take into the next practice, the next training, the next counseling or coaching session, whatever it is that you're dealing with, right? Because there's going to be those times that there's a mental battle, and you might be looking at, career things that are going on and say, oh, things are tough at the job. Everyone's being, looked at through a microscope. Maybe the company you work for could be struggling. You might feel like you've got nothing to do with the situation you're in. Numbers are down in the business and everyone's getting run through the ringer, and maybe your performance isn't really there, right? And maybe it's late in the month and you don't have the performance numbers to help you justify your own progress or show that you've met the expectations that you even had of yourself. Those are the times it gets easy to say, why bother? And why I want to caution you of that is, we could talk sports analogies all day and great sports comebacks and history. And at the end of the day, this isn't really so much about the sports and the athletics as much as it is about psychology and mindset and how we can position ourselves to succeed and look at our setbacks as a setup for a comeback. Because if you can go and dig through the muck and mire of the struggle that you might be currently experiencing, then guess what? You're putting yourself in the best position to win. Wow. I'm hoping that last piece really hit home for you, because it's impactful to know what can be done, even if it's the 11th hour, even if you feel like time is running out, even if you feel like it's practically too late. It's really a mindset. We can still use actions to help us drive momentum looking forward, and that's where you want to focus your energy. So here's my question to you. In the final hour, where are you at? And I don't mean to ask you, how many points do you have? Are you winning or losing necessarily? I'm only reminding you to ask yourself this question from the standpoint of success and failure. Are you succeeding right now or failing right now? And please keep in mind the definitions that I shared when you look at success, the act of moving toward your goals, whereas failure is that lack of action, not doing anything. So just keep in mind, if there's nothing else you remember from this episode, the big takeaway, spoiler alert, in the final hour, ask yourself, are you succeeding or failing? And know that even when it feels like there's only a little bit of time left, you can still take some sort of action in your life, in your business, to make a difference today. So take action. Don't let today pass you by. Here's to your success. Drew Davis. Learn how to see better.